Most people don't struggle with lack of ability. They struggle with uncertainty. Uncertainty about what comes next. Uncertainty about how to move forward. Uncertainty about who to talk to. Hi, I'm Barry Morgan, one of the co-founders at Pathfinder Campus. Together with Gord Sarkissian, we've created a space to slow things down just enough to regain clarity. This short reflection is an invitation to notice how worry and ego quietly shape our decisions, especially during career transitions and career development. Let's begin. I'm going to offer three short statements. And I'm not asking you to agree with them immediately. Just consider, can you accept them as possible? The first statement is, hurry reduces presence. Think about that statement. You don't need to answer, just consider. When you're in a hurry, are you truly present in the moment? Or are you thinking ahead to where you need to be or what you need to get done? You're certainly not focused on the here and the now. When someone's in a hurry, their attention is divided. Their body may be here, but their mind is already somewhere else, anticipating, planning, rushing. Presence requires attention, and attention is the first thing that hurry steals. Here's a real life example. Think of someone talking to you while glancing at their phone, or checking the time, or interrupting to move on. Technically, they're there, but they're not fully present with you. Consider this from three different viewpoints. As a student or learner, when you rush through material, are you really absorbing it or just finishing it? As a leader, when you rush through meetings, do people feel heard or just processed? As a friend or family member, when time feels tight, does connection deepen or thin out? Next, let's consider the second statement. Worry reduces peace. Can you accept that at least as partially true? Worry pulls us out of the present and places us into an imagined future, often a future filled with what ifs that haven't happened and may never happen. Peace doesn't disappear because something bad has happened now. It disappears because our attention has left the moment. Here's a real life example. You're sitting safely in a chair, yet you feel tense, anxious, unsettled, simply because of a thought about tomorrow. Consider these thoughts quietly. From a health perspective, does worry change the outcome or only your nervous system? From a career perspective, how often does worry delay action rather than improve decisions? From a personal perspective, have you ever worried your way into peace or only out of it? Now consider the third statement. Ego reduces connection. Let's sit with that for a minute. Ego doesn't always look like arrogance. More often, it looks like the need to be right, to be validated, to be seen, or to protect our image. Connection, on the other hand, requires openness. Ego points to defense. Consider these three different perspectives. In learning environments, when a learner feels genuinely supported, they're more willing to ask questions they don't fully understand. They stop trying to look capable and start trying to learn. Ego steps back because there's no longer a need to protect an image. In peer support or community, in a trusted group, people share challenges without fear of being judged. Instead of defending choices or justifying outcomes, they listen. Connection creates safety, and safety makes self-protection unnecessary. In moments of honest feedback, when feedback comes from someone who is clearly invested in your growth, it's easier to receive it without resistance. You don't have to prove yourself. You can reflect. The relationship holds, so ego doesn't need to. Now consider this. When your relationships are strong, it's easier to be at peace with yourself and with others. And when peace increases, do you tend to worry less? Clarity often arrives not when uncertainty disappears, but when calm returns. And finally, when you are connected, calm, relaxed, and at peace, are you not likely to be more present? And when presence increases, does hurry soften? Focused attention often reveals that fewer steps are needed than we thought. Final thought. Progress doesn't come from pushing harder in all directions. It comes from slowing down just enough to move forward intentionally. And when hurry slows, presence returns. When presence returns, worry eases. And when worry softens, ego no longer needs to defend. Connection becomes possible again, and soon it's easier to envision purpose and find direction. Most people we work with are juggling responsibilities, decisions, and pressures to figure things out and fast. Pathfinder Campus isn't about rushing to answers. It's about creating enough presence, peace, and connection for good decisions to emerge. Thank you for listening. If any part of this reflection resonated, you're not alone. We've traveled that path many times. Pathfinder Campus exists for people navigating career change, career transitions, professional growth, and moments where clarity matters more than speed. We offer real-world conversations, practical guidance, and a supportive community of like-minded individuals led by experienced coaches and mentors who understand these transitions and what they actually look like. You don't have to figure it out on your own. Gord and I invite you to Pathfinder Campus and take your next step forward with clarity, with confidence, and with connection.